Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. Follow me on all forms of social media. Check me out at thatdrummerguy.com and enjoy the following presentation.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, Josh. This is Mr. Michael Voss from Germany on the phone.
Oh, great to hear from you. Thank you so very much for taking time to do this interview.
Super duper. I'm really delighted. And where are you based?
I am based in Minnesota in the United States.
Okay, that's great. That's good. What's time there? It's about like half past 1 or half past 12 or what? Something like that.
Yes, 12:30.
Okay, that's great. Good. So super. Great to have you on. That I'll be on your show. That's good.
Oh, absolutely, and it's fantastic to be able to talk to you about everything going on in the world of Mad Max right now, including the brand new album 35, which just came out this past week through Steamhammer.
Yep.
I've gotten the chance to be able to check this album out over the course of the last few weeks, and I absolutely love where you guys are at right now. I love how catchy this album is. I love how hard-hitting it gets, the emotional moments, the heavy moments, the loving tribute to Dokken at the end of the album. I mean, it's just got a little bit of something for everybody.
We had to do it. No chance.
So, with all of that said, how does it feel to have this album out officially for a full week now?
So it feels good. We did a lot of interviews. The people like it. We are overwhelmed. I mean, we wanted to record that one. We have been in high spirits, but we never thought that the reviews and the papers and the printing magazine or whatever. So everything is very, very, So the people like the music that we've been doing, and that's a gift. That's very nice.
Oh, and it's great to hear that too. I mean, it absolutely sounds like you guys are at the absolute top of your game right now, and it's great to hear how excited and motivated you are about this album.
I mean, we started so the last album with new songs, it's like 5 years ago. Then we re-recorded our first 3 albums on SPV, plus a live DVD that we did like 3 years ago. And then we started 2016 writing new material. But unfortunately, our bass player got very sick, so we had to do a break until he totally recovered. That took a little time. But fortunately, we are now healthy and back again on stage and ready to rock the world.
Oh, and that's so great to hear that too. You know, it's like it's great to hear that trials and tribulations that can happen, that you were able to persevere and just get back into full writing mode and easily writing one of my favorite Mad Max albums.
Wow, that's great. That's great. I mean, I like the album as well because it combines the old with contemporary stuff and riffing. I mean, if we are talking about the first single that we shot a video, The Beat of the Heart, this is a song that's that's originally written 86.
Oh, wow.
That's 30. This song is 32 years old.
I did not realize that. I mean, I just had that feeling that you were just trying to recapture that 80s spirit with that song. I didn't realize that it was 32 years old now.
It was one of my first 4-track recordings, and I always had that in the back of my mind. And 5 years ago, my old studio burned down, so all my 4-track recordings from the really genesis of Michael Voss been destroyed. But I still had that melody in my head. I said, bam, 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 and then I had it. I had the riff, then the melody for the verses came to my mind again, and then of course the chorus. Yeah, so we are very happy, and that happened another time. That's the riffing from the title song 35 is 30 years old as well, plus the picking pattern of Damn. So that's so Dokken, and these 3 songs definitely reaching back 32 years.
Oh, and that's incredible. And like I just said, I mean, it feels like all these songs were just written for the new album. It just feels like it had that 80s spirit, but it was all written for this album. It's so awesome to see that no matter how many decades in the past a riff or a full-fledged song can be written, it can find a purpose and fit perfectly on an album.
And you're right. I mean, and if you're checking how many cover versions exist nowadays, and the young kids think that the new artist, that's a new song. But I mean, take songs from the catalog of the Beatles or from the Rolling Stones. I mean, you give them a new approach and fill them. Then you see, oh, it's the melodies, it's the mood, and it's the words that makes it.
Oh, absolutely. So with that said, I mean, being able to have those songs from well into the 80s and, you know, using them now for this brand new album, how much did the songs change from their original incarnations?
Yeah, if I take the beat of the heart, it's, I mean, to 90% or to 95%, besides a couple of minor changes in the lyrics, that's the arrangement. That's the definitely arrangement that we did like 32 years ago, for example.
Oh, that's incredible.
Because it started with the riff, bam, 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 bam. Then the band comes in, and the first verse, in your eyes I see you breaking out, and then hungry for love, the pre-chorus and the chorus once, another verse, and yeah. So it was a classic texture, and yeah, that was 90% how it was.
Oh, that's incredible. And with that, I mean, how did that feel to be able to use songs from all the way back then and be able to have them on the same album with brand new material as well?
Yeah, I mean, we started writing riffs or collecting riffs, and we had, 25 or 30, and I played it to the boys. I said, would that be something? Of course, I produced the album, but I would just always want to have an open mind, so every band member can say, yeah, I feel it, or this would be interesting, and yeah, so we picked out 15, and then we stripped from 15 onto 10, and said, okay, that's the album now, and this feels exciting to have very melodic songs like The Beat of the Heart, and on the beginning we have an instrumental called The Hutch, because our bass player wrote that song, The Hutch, and it's great. I said, well, that's your first song you have as a writer on the album. I will do a bit noodling here with the guitar, like Dokken have it like on the Tooth and Nail album. I said, okay, we need to have that as well, because we feel it. Normally you wouldn't do that. If you're listening to albums now, they say, okay, we don't need an intro, now go fast into the first chorus. And we said, we don't care, because let's do it like in the old days. Let's start with a proper intro, like nearly a minute, wonderful, to get into the vibe.
Yeah, and I absolutely appreciate that as well, too. You know, it can be somewhat of a controversial thing being able to have like an intro instrumental track to open up an album. I've always been a fan of that because it really does kind of help set the mood and the tone for what you're going to be hearing for the rest of the album, rather than just like hearing the first single and just expecting that.
Right.
I mean, like when you get an intro song like that, I mean, it can just like set the course for like all the different emotions that can happen throughout.
Yeah, you're right. And if the listener, I think if there's a listener, he will listen to the entire album or to side A and side B. And if you compare it with a classic orchestra, they always start with the intro where you always go slowly into a theme, and it's the one.
Yeah, and it fits so perfectly what was going on there, and it was so great to be able to see that it was his first writing credit, and being able to start off 35 that way, and then like kicking right into Running into Paradise. I mean, it's just a great seamless transition.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Running into Paradise, that was crystal clear that it has to be Running into Paradise. That we have this Judas Priest-ish breaks in there with a twin solo and with power chords, and then into the riff. I mean, the Priest are the riff masters, and yeah, we paid the price to all these songs, to our heroes from Maiden, and you find all the bits in every. I could tell about the notes in every single songs where we got it from. Well, not where we got it from, but where we learned it from the best, and Priest, Maiden, and they're always the best in these things.
Oh yeah, and that's what I've always loved about the band, and it's just like you're able to have these inspirations from these amazing bands, but you're also able to make your own spin on it as well, and make everything your own, and in its own great way.
Yeah, but you have to. Otherwise, I mean, this doesn't make a sense. If I start singing now like Rob Halford or Bruce Dickinson, no. You gotta bring in your own personality. You can say, okay, this is the kind of music that you like to play. You can say, okay, this is a great riff that reminds me a bit, but then you have to try your own way how to pronounce it or how to play it, and you gotta play it to give your own note into that riff.
Oh yeah, and again, it's just I keep saying it, but it was so great to be able to learn this about 35. Just the fact whether it was a song that was written decades ago or a song that was beginning 2 years ago. Just like seeing all these different combinations that are going together on this album, how they fit so perfectly together in this track listing, deciding what songs were going to be on there, and making it go that way.
Yeah. So the Snow Dance song is that's a new song. That's 1.5 years old, and I wrote that in the Black Forest when it was snowing. So when I said, oh, that's Snow Dance, of course it's a song about drug addicts and stuff like that, and you used to be careful with that shit, and it doesn't help you any further to go anywhere, so you got to be careful. But that's a more modern song, a more modern approach, but it also fits to the rest of the songs.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And again, talking about the inspirations and being able to incorporate that into your own style. Of course, being able to make it your own, but still being able to pay tribute to one of the best bands that ever come from the 80s, Dokken. Where did the idea to finally come from to be able to cover Paris is Burning?
Well, I worked a couple of times with Don on different projects, one with Michael Schenker, then one with Herman Rarebell from the Scorpions, and I thought, oh man, Dokken was such a big impact and influence on our career that I dropped a mail to Don and say, hey, Don, we have the 35-year celebration. We need you just sing a song with us, and we'd love to do Paris is Burning, because I remember they started 79 or 80 here in Germany and played their first shows and recorded with Dieter Dierks, the Scorpions producer. I remember that with Juan Crocier on bass from Rat in these days, and we always loved the song Paris is Burning, but because it was so fast but so full of melodies, and we said, okay guys, we are not going for the usual one, like to take a song from the Tooth and Nail or from the Back for the Attack or whatever under Lock and Key. Let's go for a very early one, so that was rough and wild, and so let's go for that and try to shape it and play it the way we feel it.
Oh, and it's just such a great way to be able to close out 35 as well. I mean, being able to hear where you guys are at now in 2018, and then being able to, really show off that inspiration, be able to play one of my favorite Dokken songs to close out the album. Just absolutely perfect.
Super. No, really, this is nice. Maybe it didn't. This time it didn't fit, because on the last album, I wrote a song with Don as well, like 2 albums ago, and so maybe next time again, maybe we're singing a duet. It would be wonderful, because I love him. I love his voice. He's blessed.
Oh, absolutely. So again, with 35 being out a full week now, what has been the reception that you've heard for the album so far?
So we got good reception in the charts, so that's running good at Amazon and stuff like that. So we have the wonderful video. We've got more than 30,000 clicks on the YouTube one. That's a success for us as well, and it leads us right into touring mode. So we will go on tour in November here in Germany and Austria. So we play a couple of shows, like 14 or 15 shows, and then at the end of the year, a couple of more international shows. There's going to be a press release next week, where we will play and whom we are supporting. But it's expect the best, and we're looking forward to hit the road here in Germany, definitely.
Oh, fantastic. And I'm glad to hear that everything is in motion right now for being able to give this the live, proper promotion for 35. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I love these songs on record, and I just imagine that they're going to sound even better in that live setting.
It's going to be more wild, rough, raw, wild, and I think it's nice if you like the songs to see these in full motion. If you see the guys live playing it, and that's the way it should be, and we're gonna give the fans what we have the best of course.
And with that, what is it like for you to be able to have like another full album's worth of material to be able to choose from to put into the set list?
Well, I think we're gonna pick at least 4 or 5 songs. I mean, when you're playing support, you have maybe you got 10 songs at least, but that's fine. Just to play 2 or 3 old ones, and then we are concentrating on the new album, and then see what happens.
Oh yeah, and that is a great combination to be able to do that too. I mean, of course, playing the songs from the classic songs from Mad Max, but also being able to represent this fantastic new album. When you get that right combination, it just makes for a perfect sports slot.
Yes, absolutely. So then we see how it's balanced, and what the fans will say outside. And these are the next steps that we're looking forward to. And we are very thankful to be given the chance from Steamhammer, SPV. They're doing a great job. For example, that we can talk. I'm doing the entire day interviews today with America, Australia. So let's spread the word and keep rocking.
Absolutely. And, again, with that, I'm glad you mentioned Steamhammer SPV. It's just like there's such a great, fantastic label, and it's great to be able to see you working with them again for this brand new album and getting that proper promotion that the band and the album deserves.
Yeah, they're doing a superb job, and we've been working now since a couple of years together, and it's getting better step by step. We're getting better, we're getting more classy, and it's still we are on the move. We're still on the move. That's great.
Oh, absolutely. One other thing I really wanted to touch on, of course, is the album cover for 35, which I absolutely love the imagery and the vision that's going on with that album cover. Where did the idea come from to have that for 35?
That was coming artwork Kai Brockschmidt. He came up with that idea, and I said, well, it's great to have such a motive like a door knocker, bonk, bonk, bonk. And we wanted to have something, a good motive we can put on the t-shirts as well, and that's the perfect t-shirt motive.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's like the second that I saw that album cover, I was just thinking that would just look so amazing to be able to see that at a show and see that on a t-shirt and just get to wear that around.
That's great. Yeah, that's the way we thought as well, and said, well, that's a good one, the door knocker, and okay, 35, we're not that bold, but old, but not that bold, but so we're on the way. That's superb.
Oh, absolutely. So again, it's just like this has been a fantastic year for Mad Max. I mean, being able to release this brand new album 35, which just came out last week through Steamhammer SPV, all these amazing upcoming shows that are going to be rounding out the year. I mean, it's just so fantastic to see what's going on in 2018. Is there any plans yet for 2019 yet?
Not really. I think we focus first now on doing the promotion and then playing the shows in November and December, and then let's see. I mean, what we didn't do, what we love to do is like to play on such a rock cruise, the 70,000 tons. That would be fine to have. Such a rock cruise would be fine, and a couple of festivals next year would be fine as well. So maybe the Rocklahoma again, or maybe Sweden Rock, or let's see what happens. We are open.
Oh, fantastic. And, again, it's just, I'm so excited to see the energy that you have for this album and this band right now. It's just, it's so great to see how excited you are for everything, because I'm just as excited. I love what's going on with this album, and I love everything that's going forward in motion for Mad Max, and it's so exciting to see all of this happening in 2018.
So we are just happy that it's happening, and that the people like it. That's the most important thing. If you bring out an album that you don't like your own, I mean, that's not good. I mean, it's a way you're doing your job. We don't discuss too much. We are, the more you discuss, the less you are productive. So we are trying to get out and say, okay, let's go for it. Let's respect each other. Let's do a good album. I hope we are hitting it. We're hitting the spirit, and so that's the way we try to do it.
Yeah, and that is such a great mindset to be able to have that as well. I mean, trying to make everything sound as natural as possible, have fun while you're doing it, write music that you want to write, play that music live, and make sure it's the material that you want to play live, and just keep that motion going.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we try. Are you still there? So it was some dropout.
Oh yeah, I saw that got disconnected for a second, but still got you here.
Okay, good.
But But awesome. I think that's a great way to end on, just knowing how positive and happy you are going on with Mad Max and, of course,
Yes.
the brand new album 35, all of these amazing live shows that are going
so
on.
the next productions will roll on. So next production will be I'm producing with Michael Schenker next album again, and yeah, I love my life. I'm blessed. Let's rock, and hopefully we see us one time and have a drink together and talk about music.
Oh, that would be fantastic. I mean, if there's ever an opportunity I can make it out that way, or if you guys make it out this way, I would love for that to happen.
Yeah. Great, Josh. That's what. Thanks for talking to you, and it was a pleasure for me to be on your show.
Oh, likewise. I mean, this is an interview I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I'm so happy I was able to do it with some brand new material from Mad Max, getting the word out about this amazing new album, 35, and just seeing where you guys are at right now. As a longtime fan, I'm just excited to see where you guys are at now, and I can't wait to see what's going to be happening in the future as well.
Okay. Thanks, Josh. Great words. Thank you very much.